Have you ever heard an audio of an erotic book?
Can't say I have to be honest. No.
I heard just out of curiosity. I played the 50 Shades of Grey one. I was like, I wonder what these sound like. Yeah, the erotic one's very like it just sounds like playing the entire
Smooth
time in your eardrums.
Did it sound like good mac and cheese?
No, they don't give they don't give audio descriptions. Yeah, they don't have a soundboard in front of them to play every time.
Yo,
they're like,
if it's sounding like that, you're doing a great job.
I almost hit start stream.
I'm always this close to doing it. I'm trying to keep my 5-month streak of no streaming going, dude. Actually, not even 5 months. Now that I think about it,
What the?
You know, I'm like on 3. So.
it's like 10 actually.
10 what?
I'm trying to think of how many months it's been since I last streamed. I think it's been 10. I was gonna
10
say
days since you've been sober?
5. No, I smoked yesterday, so no.
Oh, no sobriety.
No.
Varieties for.
Yeah.
No, okay, well, I'm not gonna say that. There's people who actually have like diseases with it's a disease and they'll die off of that.
Bitches. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Imagine
I'm
having
kidding.
disease that doesn't let you consume certain things.
You're allergic to seafood. Shut up.
Welcome to the
You're a
joke.
loser.
Welcome to the joke.
Jesus
Christ.
I was gonna say, I think those are allergies. There's a difference between addiction and allergies.
say
Well,
but-
addiction's considered a disease.
Okay.
Like, it really is.
No, I know.
No,
I'm not arguing with you.
no.
I don't know. They look like he like had a rebuttal, but I'm like, no, it's a chronic disease.
Chronicle. Chronic.
Like, oh,
Not
yeah.
that kind of chronic.
I love
like the
the Riddick
Bionicles?
movies. Oh.
Oh, I was thinking of Snoop.
Three different fucking
Oh wait,
Riddick.
or Dre. My bad.
Yeah, the Chronicles of Riddick. Chronicle.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Chronicle.
Isn't there a movie called Chronicles?
I think you're thinking of Bionicle.
No. There's a movie called Chronicles. I think isn't that movie with the 3 kids who get like that telekinesis power?
There we go. Yeah,
And they start fucking shit up.
I think it's that like found footage video
Yeah.
of the white kids in like fucking
The one in the suburban area.
West
Would know
Virginia
better
or
than I
some
would.
shit. I don't know.
Like, yeah, I don't know how like you're so into like entertainment, but you don't like movies.
Because it's a lot of time to invest.
Then, to be fair, Richard does not have a lot of time. Not a lot of free time to squeeze in extra shit that on top of what he's already spending his free time on.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And out of everybody, I feel like I should be the one that should be more into like long forms of media. But excessive drug usage and mental health stop me from doing that. Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
We
It's not
didn't
my
clap
episode,
yours.
Oh my god! You did not.
I was trying to the whole time, but we kept going to shit. 3, 2, 1, clap.
This man said, "My name's Lee, and I'm an addict. Welcome to the podcast."
Yeah.
if anybody has been watching us and doesn't already have the impression that maybe I have
I don't think you have a
insert
sickness.
thing problem here, then I guess I'm
I don't think you have a problem.
feel like I have a spending problem. I don't think I have
No,
a,
you're just. I don't think
I have a weed problem, but yeah, no, I don't think I have a weed problem because I can go a couple days. I could go a while just not doing it, but it's nice. It's like a beer. And that's kind of how I see it. Rather than drinking, I do this, but I do drink, but not as much as I smoke. So
Cool. Give and take, I guess.
yeah,
Pick your poison.
the lesser of two evils. Not saying that it's not evil.
Do you prefer smoking?
I prefer getting
if so, why?
high over getting drunk. Sometimes it kind of depends on the vibe, but for the most part, getting high. There's no hangover for the most part. And there's like multiple forms to like different ways to get high. When you're drinking, you just drink, or you butt chug. But like, let's be honest, who's really gonna do that unless you like,
College.
If you guys
kids.
don't know what butt chugging is, you insert a funnel up your butt, and then you just pour the have your closest homies pour the insert alcohol name here, and then you just go like this with your butthole.
Yeah, if
Yes.
you want to be real effective,
Is it-
Spencer sells beer bongs that have a dick as the mouth.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
I have never once seen that.
How dangerous is it to do a butt chug?
Really
Pretty
dangerous.
bad.
You could fuck
Yeah.
up your liver a lot.
I mean,
a
it
lot
goes
worse.
right into your fucking bloodstream.
Yeah, so you could get alcohol
Okay.
poisoning probably a lot
So
quicker.
I won't buy that from Spencer's. So I was like, I could try that.
I'm gonna stick this dick shit.
I mean, you
no.
can do
I
it.
would-
Just do
yeah,
like maybe a beer. Nothing much after that. But I mean,
I think even if it's going through my butt and I won't taste, I still don't want a beer in my system. I think I'm good on that one. I think I'll do like a shot of vodka or tequila or
That sounds
something.
like
that's
it
worse.
should
I say beer because
burn.
it's only like what 8%.
What if I like the pain?
I mean, you're kind of a whore. It makes sense. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I lying?
I wish I could leave.
Yeah, well, I wish I could exit this planet, so we're both stuck here.
Yay!
Totally drugs, guys.
Welcome to the podcast. It's Steve's episode, and somehow
It is my episode. Nothing's happened. Nothing's been going on. I tried to look. I was like, I wonder if there's some like sort of conversation we could have, but everything's just, I don't know. Everything's mainstream bullshit media that I don't really care about.
Okay.
So I was just like, I was thinking, what was that? I was showering the other day, and I was just
He's
like,
thinking of us.
always, dude, always.
Jesus,
What?
Jesus.
take my whole asshole. Trying to be
I see
respectful.
what you did there. Take your
So-
asshole.
Ass soul. Take my whole ass soul. Anyways, you were in the shower and you were thinking about us, and then you thought maybe
No,
I
I was
should do
thinking
this
about the
bi
shit
thing.
that fucking Richard makes me like watch and traumatize me.
Oh,
And we were talking about the dude on
No.
YouTube.
oh.
This guy showed his.
I showed you, right? Did I show him?
I know you only showed me.
The Nair guy, the guy on YouTube that used
Oh.
Nair on his asshole.
The nair hole dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What
He
about
showed his
him?
whole
He
dick on
came
the
out with a
internet.
sequel
Oh,
where he
It's like
just
his whole
shows how to
penis.
shave your nethers, your jewels.
what do you search on YouTube if you
It's
want to
his
see
name.
this?
It's not that. Oh, actually, you know what?
You know what?
I want to get your reaction.
Shout out, shout out to him, Kevin Leonardo.
Kevin Leonardo's his name. Yeah.
What's it called? And I think it's just called like how to shave or something like that. I don't know. But the thing about it, it's on YouTube. And listen, you know, there's stuff on YouTube. If you look carefully enough, you'll find it immediately.
The first, like, it's his two things, his latest videos or whatever, and then under it, there's a third video that says, "I came out as nudist to dad and mom, and something amazing happened." Not from him, somebody completely separate.
Oh.
And this guy has a really bad blur on his dick. Jesus,
Wow.
He has a blur on his dick.
that's a big blur.
I mean,
Oh my
Photoshop
God.
exists.
Anyway,
too, you know?
yeah, fuck it. It's on YouTube, and it's just like, how? But he puts it up because it's like, you know,
It's educational.
educational tutorial, whatever. But it's just like at the same time, it's like, I don't think
You know what you're
anybody,
doing.
I don't think anybody really kind of wants to learn from him. You know, I feel like you just gotta kind of have a degree
there's no
or
13
something in
there's-
this.
There's no like 12, 13-year-old kids who are like, I wonder how it is to shave your balls, and
I
then like
mean-
YouTubing it. Unless you're really that curious and that much in the fucking cave, then you know.
I just think that it shouldn't be some random person that just decides I'm gonna put my dick and balls on the internet and shave. You know,
That's kinda
I
porn.
think it should just be. I just think it should be somebody more not qualified, but to be fair, more respectable.
Qualified.
What?
guess.
Like more what?
Respectable, I guess. More classy. I don't know. It just seems kind of like.
It's just not in a professional setting. You can tell it's his background. Like there's a fucking what's the Titan? The fucking armored Titan in his background stuff, like little plushie in the background. So it's like, oh yeah, he's watching it.
I am watching it, but it's the like
It just starts with his dick there.
I mean, that's like that was jarring because of like the look of it. I was like, oh, that's not what I was expecting. What's tripping me out is that he has like, I'm not trying to like gross anyone out because it is a bit gross. I'm just gay. Sure. So it's like I've seen like a bunch of penises, and that's like when you watch porn, there's two of them most of the time. So
there's only one in mine.
Well, there's two. One's in your hand and one's on the screen. It just has like this weird like dry spot or birthmark. Like he like puts it to the side and then he like shows how he like shaves on the actual, peen. And it's just like it's just white, or like it looks like dry. It honestly just looks like dried up cum, and he just didn't clean right, or it's a birthmark, or it's eczema on the penis.
Yeah. Kevin,
that's why I was like, I don't want to get into too much detail because it's a bit gross, but
Kevin, you should get that checked out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I feel like it's useful. I mean, me as a kid, I think I would have Googled it, and considering how many views this would have popped up, and I'm pretty sure I would have watched it as a kid. If I don't think it's Googled popping. That.
I think the views aren't out of like education though. That's the issue. I think what's going on is that people aren't watching out of like education. They're watching because people are like, "Yo, dude got his dick out on YouTube," and someone's like, "Yo, let me show you."
I mean, honestly, he's doing a great job too.
A view is a view.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, you know what?
He's got it.
You know what? Like, yeah, it is somewhat educational if somebody really wanted to learn.
I could see myself coming back to this if I really wanted to just go like just skin to skin or whatever and just go for it. I can see myself coming back to this knowing that it's here and it's only 7 minutes. Not too bad. I mean, not to be like, I don't know how to keep myself clean and it's just like a bush. No, it's very nice and well maintained. But what if you want to change it up?
I never Googled it.
What?
You just figured it. You just figured it out.
Just figured it out. Yeah.
For the most part.
I just figured it out.
I think I'm just too scared of it was like bleeding or nicking myself or something like that.
I think that's shaving. Like it falls into the same thing. Like it has the guard.
You see this? I was gonna say, you see this? This is a mixture of laziness and also like medium fear. And also, I just like the look on guys that has like some facial hair. I'm not a big fan of like bare unless that chin is like
baby face.
Gods. Yeah, so.
Yeah, you need to be real.
Some people aren't blessed.
You need to be real chiseled, in my opinion, to pull off a bare face.
A bare face?
Yeah.
Wait, you said it's not the same as shaving. How do you shave?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's more delicate, And there's more on the line.
I mean, you can still nick your.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's more on the line. You nick yourself here. Okay. It's like, okay, you nick yourself down there. I'm scared that I'm being dramatic, but I'm scared that ball's just gonna come out of the sack.
Gonna fall out.
Richard, let me tell you.
I'm kidding.
I've nicked myself like once, and I was like, "Ow!" Like on my nut, like on my sock too. I'm like, "Ow!" And then I looked. I was like, "There's blood." And I was like,
"Wait, do you guys use
I'm dying.
A razor blade, like the same kind on your face? Fuck that. What's it called?
When I did it first time,
I used the expensive one.
Like it was the one that I got. That I got a little nick, a little scratch. That was like the last time I did it. Other than that, it's like just a general like trim around the sides with like just a buzz, and then on the top, it's just nice and trim. Like there's still stuff there, but it's not. Anywhere
like you use like a fucking you clip a 0 on your shit and then you're like
basically sure
you give your balls a fade
for the most part, but my stuff has like the different different attachments, like you kind of pop it
clips
off. So like if I want to go like a little bit more on the delicate side, I'll just pop it off and I have like the smoothed out one. It just kind of, the whole idea is like it gets the strays, the long ones or whatever, but it still keeps it generally
No, I use a razor.
So, yeah, no, I don't do that.
I just use.
It's not scary. I mean, but yeah, like I'm just saying, like I don't know. I guess it's. I mean, to me, it was common sense, especially when it was like when it came to shaving your nuts. It was like obviously there's additional skin. Like you want to fucking like.
Saying. It's just a lot more.
You just gotta kind of like.
Well, that's the thing. That's what scares me is that it's because it's also somewhat thin. Like I don't want to do that and then the slightest nick and blood all over my dick, but. That's what I'm saying,
I don't think it works like that.
But still, fuck that.
Okay, he doesn't. Sorry, he has a full douching routine for under $20 video too. And I was very curious if he like
shows how to do it.
Yeah, but
I
he
don't
does
think so.
not. He does not.
No,
I think YouTube will not allow like
that's
insertion, yeah, and stuff like that, or implication that there was insertion. So.
Yeah, the only other one where he shows like anything is that Nair video, and that's just full on chocolate starfish in your face.
Chocolate starfish. That's such a weird fucking thing to say.
That is gross. I think saying just booty hole is like, you know, it's like you're saying asshole, but it feels less jarring. Kind of.
A whole lot of.
I mean, you could just say asshole.
Well, because after hearing, what was it?
Chocolate
starfish. All you can just like knowing the color alone, and then I could just imagine it's like.
Yeah, so asshole in your face.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't watch it if you don't, if you're not of age, first of all, but also just like, it's just weird.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you wanted to talk about?
It was just stuck in my brain because I was like, I hate that. This is like, I watch this shit. And it wasn't even like, no, I don't want to. You're like, watch it. I was like, all right, I'll watch it. I was like, I'll give in.
I didn't force you. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know.
I had a shmeshy dream last night, and I haven't had one in so long. It was interesting.
Oh,
you said a wet dream?
Kind of. It wasn't like nothing like happened like when I woke up and I was like, oh no, nothing like that. It was
just on me
out of nowhere, and I can't remember the person's face. I think it was like, they always say that whenever you have a dream and you see faces, even if it's someone you don't know, for the most part, you have seen that person like walking by. Like it's always going to be somebody's face that you've seen, whether it be in passing or, like a prominent figure or whatever.
Because your brain kind of takes like an image.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll just like throw it in there, and it's like, oh, I honestly think it's like a form of like making space. It's like, oh, get rid of this face, put it on that dude that you're gonna do all that stuff with. I was like, oh, I wish I could remember it because it was a good dream. It was hot. I woke up and I was very, very bummed. I was like, oh, damn it.
Try to go back to sleep.
Yeah,
to see his dick.
I was like,
nah, you turned around, pulled your dick out on your phone.
God damn it. No, I woke up and
the second time you wake up.
It was like all right, let's get ready for work. I'm like, oh, I can't even go back to sleep to try to get like a nice, like, just get a good image of like what he looked like or something like that, just to kind of think about it. Like I have a little treat, but no, nothing. I was like, damn it. God damn it. Yeah, my dreams have been filled with that or fucking Baldur's Gate. That's been my life so much so far.
I had a dream today too. I can't remember what the fuck it was, but it's like I know I brought it up last time we talked about him, but I was just like, it's one of those dreams where I was like, that'd make a good movie, and I'm like, I can't remember what the fuck even happened. Oh,
Didn't you? But you mentioned on the podcast, right?
No, I mean like just that.
No, he's referenced
the
that.
idea of general.
Oh. Got you. I thought I was like thinking, oh, you mentioned on the podcast, did he like go into detail like what happened?
No, nothing like that.
I remember for a while I was keeping track of some dreams, like ones that involved people that I like actively spoke to. Like I think I had a dream about an old coworker that actually turned out to be true. So that's why I was like, okay, good to know. And then another one I think involved shit. And I'm starting to forget who were my dreams about. I think one was involving like Liv. Bad dreams. I don't think involving you guys. Jasmine for sure has been in a couple. But hi Jasmine, if you're watching this. Yes. But yeah. Every now and then I have dreams of people, but I used to keep track of the ones that involved friends, and I would like talk to them about it, be like, so this is what happened, blah 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 blah. It's just something to talk about. It's kind of funny, kind of cute. Like if I found out someone was dreaming about me, like in general, I'd be like, oh, what did we do? What happened? Thanks for thinking about me, even when you're asleep. Preach. Did I look cute?
I don't really remember dreams.
I don't either.
Like I'm sure you do. Like everybody dreams. Like my grandmother used to say, the people that don't dream are the people who are like clinically insane. Which, for could probably make sense because they don't sleep. But yeah, I don't know what it is that my brain just doesn't retain a dream. Like even after like, and I know I had a dream because obviously like I had something like crosses my mind in it, but yeah, no, I don't know. Or I just fall into deep slumber.
When you're so exhausted, like you just black out and you're like, yeah, I don't even care if I didn't dream. I'm just like out of it.
I mean, to be honest, it's probably not even the first thing on my mind. Like I was for a few days, I was like, because I had seen some stuff like this, and it's like, and it wasn't anything corny. It was just like a kind of like, it fell under the idea of like how you should start thinking in the mornings, and it wasn't those like motivational shits, nothing like that. But it's just more like kind of game plan your day, and in that way it makes your life less stressful or worrisome. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then like I started thinking and started trying that, and I was like, started thinking too many things. I'd be like, fuck, I forgot about this, and be like, great, now I have to like kind of rewind.
That's what I was gonna say, is that I feel like having the most structure or scheduling that I like in my life is work. I like to know when like really important shit is gonna happen, like family events, work, you know, my schedule, like that stuff I like to keep. Like if it's a frequent thing, I like to keep it on like a fixed schedule, fixed time, because that's just how my brain works. And it's like, yeah, if it's something random and it's like later in the day, I'm just locked. I'm locked in my bed. I'm not doing anything because I feel like if I'm going to do something, I like to just kind of like commit to that thing for the most part, you know? So if it's like, oh, but we're starting at blah, 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 or we're starting at today at like, if I start work on Wednesdays, usually at 9. Yeah, 9. No, I wake up at 9. But
you wake up at 9
on Wednesdays. Sometimes it depends on the schedule. Like,
I was like lucky.
If there's no morning one, except for like the one that we go to, if we have to be there at 10:30, then I'll go. But if it's like, oh, so you're not doing this, you're actually doing something else, but that's at 12, I'm not doing anything the entire morning. Nothing at all. I'm just staying in bed because I'm like, if I commit to something, if I start doing something, I'm going to be so fucking agitated for work or for this thing that I have to do, because I'm going to get comfortable and I'm going to just meld into what I'm doing.
I feel that.
Yeah. That makes sense.
No. I
don't think that's ADHD.
No, it is actually. No.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, it is. It's a whole thing of like, it's like a part of hyperfixation in a way, just because it's like you're so set on this one thing, and you know usually it's somewhat important, so your mind is like, okay, I have to focus all of my attention onto that. So then that leads into thinking of scenarios of what's gonna happen, how can I be prepared for it, blah blah blah. And if you like you said, you can't start something, because the minute you start that thing, you start forgetting about your event thing that's coming up. And then when you realize that it's time for that thing to come up, you get so thrown off again. And it's just like, fuck, like, I don't even want to do it anymore. Like, get more anxious about it type of shit. It's weird.
That's
I mean,
oh, don't keep going. Sorry.
I was going to say, I was like, I think just because I'm listening to you say that, but I'm like, because my job requires me to do multiple things at multiple times at all times, and even when we're playing, it requires us, the game we play like requires our attention to do multiple things and multiple stuff at all times. It's like I'm just not, I guess I just know how to, but I guess in my case, I know how to properly time manage myself through everything. And like I kind of account for like certain things, especially with work. It's like things need to be out like that, or I need to have things running right. And by time management, I mean like my stuff that I'm doing not being punctual. That's two different types of time management, because I saw your face expression.
Because I'm like, bro, you got the worst time perception.
But time
anybody ever.
Well, no,
but anyway,
because being punctual is different from being time managed. Sure. But like I'm saying, like.
I was gonna say time function, like punctuality and stuff like that. That's fine with me. I can handle that. And I've worked in an office space where like when I was working in the mortuary, shit, that is very, very time sensitive.
Punctual,
because you have to be on your shit. If you're not, you're literally screwing over somebody's like grandma's funeral. That is shitty. So like I can do that. It's just when there's things that aren't done, like I guess when I'm already in that vibe of working, I like what I was gonna say earlier is like this, for example, I like doing this almost immediately after getting home, because then I'm still in this, like, I still have this energy. I can still like kind of move around or whatever. And even if I'm tired, I'm still rolling off of like that work high or workflow. Because this is all, not to say this is like work,
Your
but
brain's
like
still busy.
It's a routine thing that we do. And if it's like almost after something that I've been doing at like routinely, then it's easier. If it's later, then I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, that just sounds like you're just accustomed to a certain routine of your day span. Because
Yes.
that falls that falls into the same thing as like, even like, I can take my gym as an example. Is like, I have a certain routine I follow, certain workouts I do. If I flip that, my body's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this feels weird. Or either I feel too tired or I feel too exhausted, because it follows a routine. So it's like, if you flip it or you do something that's, I guess, not convenient, because you're so used to like these things happening in order, in your order, that it'll like throw you off.
It's different.
I still don't think that falls under ADHD though.
It's different.
Well,
No, it does.
no.
Like, whether you want to believe it or not, it is an actual symptom of ADHD. What's it called? But what I'm saying is, like,
It's too vague.
no. What do you mean? It's literally like a whole thing of hyperfixation. It's a whole part of it. But the whole difference between being like, oh, like before work I go, for example, like you, like, oh, I go for a run or I go to the gym, blah blah blah. It's like, that's already a set routine, and basically for us, when something isn't so much part of that routine, we just kind of like it not shocks our bodies, but it's just more like, well, now I can't do any of this other stuff, because it just, in my head at least, it kind of locks me in this, like, I don't want to get sucked into that only to be sucked out of it, to have to worry about this other thing that I should have been worried about from the beginning, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just a thing that it causes a lot of stress when random shit comes up. Like, I know another thing, like, at least for me, fucking, I hate last minute plans or last minute requests of me, of like, what, like, say right now, like, if somebody were like, oh, can you take me to I need to go to the store right now, blah blah blah, I'm like, really, like, I'm already set on to this and blah blah blah. And it's not so much that, like, I'm like, oh, I hate doing favors for people. It's just more like, I had this time in my head set apart for this specific thing, but now you're throwing in something else in there that's gonna mess with that. But I don't know, it's just a thing, at least for me, that's a big annoyance for
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I know what you mean, because when I was younger, I was like that. As I've gotten older, I've like kind of slowly trained myself to like not be like that. Because like, it wasn't even necessarily like that I wouldn't do it, because I'd still do it. It would just fall under like, my brain would just be like, I always had like a comment, or like I'd say something in my brain about it, and like saying like, oh fuck, okay, like I have to get out of my way and do all this shit and blah blah blah. You get me? But like, little by little, I've kind of like, when like that's happening, like I'm like, because I still am doing it, like I'm teaching my brain to be like, wait, just do it, like don't even say anything, like fall out of that loop of like your mind process, and like try to do this. But I don't know, I mean, I guess it also just depends on how we view certain things.
I was gonna say, I've been in both of your shoes, or both heads, like, because when it comes down to when I went for y'all, because I don't think I talked about it on the podcast, or it might have been happening before, but there was a time where I was really going through like just being emotionally unhinged. Like, I just was really like just all over the place, very emotional, really analytical, like looking into everything and anything. And it got to the point where I was aware of myself, like kind of going on like these narrative run throughs in my head. Like, I would have conversations with people and it would upset me, these imaginary conversations that I'm having, and it would piss me off or get me sad or some shit throughout the whole day. So I would have to go out of my way to check myself, and I would say, like what C was saying, it's kind of a different thing, but the method is the same, where I would vocally check myself or mentally check myself just by saying narrative, because I'm aware of what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. I'm just saying a narrative or having a narrative that's going to truly upset me or truly trigger me, whatever. And I have to check myself. I have to get out of it so I can get through it or just get over it. And I still kind of do it nowadays, but it's like once it starts happening, it's not even like, man, I got to the point where I have to say it again. It's like, okay, whatever, just say it just to get it over with, just to get through it. But I agree with Richard where I think I've said it before. It's kind of like I put aside this energy or this time or something like that. Cause I think that's why I like knowing what's going to happen. Not saying spontaneous plans aren't fun. Like somebody, it depends. It also depends on what I'm doing, the vibe. Like there's a whole bunch of shit that goes into how I'm going to feel when somebody's like, hey, yo, I'm outside, let's go. Or, hey, some shit, like, it kind of depends. But yeah, for the most part, if I've already set aside this energy and all this time and like my head's already done all that math or whatever, then when it's actually happening, if things don't kind of line up or something interrupts that flow, then I'm like, why though? There has to be another solution that didn't involve throwing me off. And then that's where my brain goes farther. Then that's when Lee kicks in. There's the Steve part, and then there's the Richard part, and then there's the Lee part that gets frustrated, and then it starts thinking of like, what the fuck did you like? These are your options. Why are you like? Then that's where I go sometimes.
Yeah.
But then that's when I go back and I say narrative, and then here we are, and then vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle in my brain. Welcome to my head.
It's a dark, damp place.
It's a dark, damp place, and somewhere in the corner is the rainbows and unicorns and fucking vampire elf daddies. Baldur's Gate, y'all. Shit's
I was
amazing.
thinking Twilight.
Yeah, I was too.
Oh. No, they're not elves.
It's a
You
vampire.
said vampires.
Vampire elf daddies.
Oh,
My brain did not hear elf at all.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I kind of mumble a lot, as you guys are hopefully doing regularly.
I do too.
I listen to our podcast regularly, so like I am hearing myself, and I'm like, "Bitch, I know what you're saying because I'm you." But sometimes
But does everybody else?
Like, you're mumbling. Stop it. You need to enunciate. Your diction is fucked, and it's usually because I'm high and cotton mouth and all that shit.
I've noticed it for all three of us, but a little bit of shade mostly on both of you because we all talk fast. I will say that we tend to talk fast, and
we talk fast because we know someone's gonna exactly this. Someone's gonna pitch, chime in, and someone's gonna say something. So we're like, get it out, get the idea out, get the point, the matter, the subject matter,
right?
And
I've noticed it, especially recently, because hopefully you're following us on TikTok, or because for the TikToks I have to write out the captions and of what you're saying. It's just like these moments of like the I'm just like fucking bitch, and I'm there having to like I
should I write it down?
No, I have to write it out separately, but because of like I don't want to take up too much room on the space, so I do like 2 words at a time or some shit. But there's moments where you guys like jumble words
overlap
together, like mash them, and I'm just like, fuck, why I can't write like blah blah blah, like
it's literally like vocal shorthand.
Yeah,
like we're shorthand writing, but
it makes sense because realistically in real life that's how
we're lazy.
People talk a lot of the time because it's just how a bit of slang / culture, whatever. But
I was gonna
as far as like on paper, like that shit sucks.
We also have been hanging out with each other for like years now, so we kind of can just kind of guess or for the most part figure out what each other's purpose is or like whatever their meaning of the sentence or whatever. Like we understand what they're saying,
right?
For the most part. Every now and then there's a miss, but it's not anywhere as close as the mumbling and us being right.
But yeah, and then we do tend to talk over each other a lot.
Which I think we got better at. I think when we go on our rants, that's when we kind of start to like trip over each other.
Not really, to be honest. I've noticed it. It's just like, especially you, and I get it, because for you, it's like the minute something comes into your mind, you try to interject, before you lose the thought. And I've seen it a bunch of times already in the VODs or the videos, like as I'm going through it, because there's moments where it's just like, wait, you, and then it's just like I have to edit all of that out, or else it's just like you get distracted, like from whoever the fuck is actually talking, and then
I noticed that on the last one because I heard it like the live the whole thing that we uploaded, and then I heard the TikTok and I was like, yes, I was aware of it. I'm glad that he edited that out. I was trying to say book, and I like repeated book or the beginning. I was like the book, like 5 times. I feel like, and I was like, oh, is he gonna leave it in there on the TikTok? Oh fuck, you did it, thank God. But yeah, I was aware of it, and that's why I was like, I gotta do with this. I forgot what her name is. She is on the same podcast. Oh, it's Timothy say his last name, Steve Changarasu or something like that. Chansaratsu.
Oh, you're talking about Nikki Blades?
Yeah.
For all you old school.
Yeah, Delegato. Nikki is on the podcast. Of course, that's why I bring her up. But she was on a podcast, I think, with Bart Kwan and Gio Antoinette. They do Barbell Brigade, and they're also part of JK News and stuff like that, if anyone knows what we're talking about. And they interviewed her.
Is she still part of it, by the way? Bart's wife?
Every now and then. They're not like the faces anymore. It's a mixture of guys. What's his name? Anthony from what's the fucking dance crew? The Asian guy. Anthony, God, what's his last name too? Shit, I can't remember.
The only Asian dance crew I know is like the Jabberwockies. I was gonna say,
when is he's in Jabberwockies or like Quest crew or some shit like that?
Probably, yeah.
He's with
Jabberwockies.
He's with the dude that has like has the mohawk and then has like the braids on the side. I can't remember the name of that Asian guy.
I was thinking of D-Trix, but I don't think that's who you're talking about. That's Dominic.
I think they're in the same group. Can't remember. Either way, my point is Nikki Blades, I think Gio and Bart or whatever podcast she was in, they were complimenting her diction and how she talks during the episode. She's very clear, very like, enunciates.
She's
the way
very
she talks.
Well spoken.
She's very well spoken. And they were like, have you always been like that? Blah, 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 blah. Give us like the one, the full one, the tea. And she was like, no, I think she said she's from New York. I forget where she's from, but she basically gave her a little bit of her life story. Bay. And she basically said that
I love her.
She didn't like the way she was talking in the podcast. So what she was doing, she would sit back and kind of like obviously listen to the podcast, but kind of notice her vocal like tendencies, tics. Right. Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking, I was like, oh, what are mine? I say a lot. I think I say I do that too. I'm trying to think of what else. But
I'm gonna say, as young people from California, we say like so fucking much, and I've noticed it. I'm sorry for anybody that gets annoyed by that.
Everybody to me has their own tics because I've heard it and recently too. I do that. I say I say like a lot, of course, but I'm also like living in California and gay. I feel like that kind of have double whammy, honestly, so double negative. Steve says, what was the fucking thing? He has this thing when he's talking about somebody. I think he says like, but it's another word in front of it, and then it was like or something like that. Oh man,
I'm guessing like
I think that's what it is.
I know.
He has like
I know
this
a
one
lot
phrase
of us
that he
do
says
that
a lot.
Too. Yeah.
And then Richard says fucking a
lot. I say fucking a lot. And I've talked with them too. I don't know. I think I brought it up on the podcast before. I don't think. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Like once, because I remember I mentioned it and I was like, yo, we're cussing a lot. Like a little too much. Like this one episode I noticed and I just had to bring it up to them. I was like, guys, what the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I say it a lot and he brought it up and I was just, for me, it's a passive kind of descriptor type of thing. I don't know like how else to describe it. It's just it's in there as like a transition.
filler. Yeah.
Filler word. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just what my mind immediately goes to. Is that bad? Absolutely. Like not professional whatsoever, but it's just what my mind has kind of gotten used to, especially being part of like
It's just fucking what it is.
It's just fucking what it is. I'm trying so hard not to say fucking or like,
No.
and I failed on all
I know,
calls.
me too. I was trying not to say and like, and I didn't do until right now, but like it happened like once, and I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna try with that one.
Especially like growing up around the metal scene, it's just how we talk. That's my bad, but also just I don't think it's that bad of a word, to be honest. It's lost all meaning to me at this point.
It's a really bad word.
If you're
Fucking, that's not a bad word.
What was my train of thought? Oh yeah, I stopped. So I caught myself at some point where I used to curse a lot, and the only reason why I caught it was because I got called out. Like someone was just like I remember I was talking to somebody and they were like, "Hey, like you curse a lot," and then like there was a yeah, like, and it wasn't like the first thing they were like, they're like we're not trying to throw like hate or shade at you, like it's just like these words are part of your vocabulary. And I was like, yes, but when I agreed to it in my brain, it processed like there's a little embarrassment there, like
no, for
so
sure.
bad.
No, 100%.
Because the person I was talking to, like they rarely cuss. Like I wouldn't hear like I remember once like the word like bitch came out and they caught themselves. They're like, I'm sorry. And then I was like, damn, I really talk bad. Like I'm such a fucking bad mouth.
Okay, I mean,
ever since that
version hard, because let's be real. I don't know. Cussing is not that big of a deal to me personally. Not to cut you off.
It's not because we all do it. But ever since I got called out, like I have kind of pulled back a lot from it. Or like I hold back. Like I've learned to switch some words around where it's like, okay, I don't have to say fuck all for everything. Like
every
I can say other things.
Time.
Yeah. You know what?
But there was a sense of like just self-embarrassment. I was like, I'm kind of embarrassed. I was like, I think I was like a year too older than this person too. I was like, I'm being called out too. I'm like, this sucks. Like, damn. I was like, okay. I was like, let me change it up. And I've done so much better. Like I've done better.
Okay. I've noticed that I'm starting to get used to talking like how I talk with you guys to my coworkers, but or specifically my boss. And
you better be careful.
No, I don't. Luckily for me,
it's racist.
Before you get that one joke into the HR.
Luckily for me, I filter enough to the point where I'm like, I know what to keep with friends and stuff like that. But she's just for context. She's like 65, I think.
Oh my god, bless her heart.
Yeah, she's a nice lady. So honestly, you couldn't tell. She's like, what's it called? She looks like she's
a day over 40.
Like, 45.
Nice.
But anyway, what I was talking with her earlier today, and she again specifically because there's like ice creams freezer right there for the customers and stuff, and I was looking through it because I wanted something, but also I was just taking out any empty boxes. And there's this Oreo ice cream cone. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's like literally the big cone, the ones with nuts on top.
Dude, I haven't ate ice cream like that in a while.
But it's just Oreo.
I don't think so.
The whole thing is Oreo. It's so good. Anyway,
I want ice cream now. Screw you.
Sorry, I saw it. I saw the box. I went for it. It was empty, and I was just like, no. And she looked, and she's like, oh, it's gone already. I'm like,
just say fuck.
I said. Yeah, bro, they took him off, but it's just
oh my god.
Like, I was just like, oh man, I was looking forward to it, but I said bro, and I'm just like, I'm saying bro so much lately, and I know I've said it to her in a couple other conversations. So I'm just like, not my bro.
I know. Watch her be like, I'm not your bro. I'm your boss.
She's very cool, but I was just
that's good.
Yeah, but I was just like, I should.
I have a change. I definitely talk very different at work, especially I think more or less is because there's a lot of women in my departments. Like the upstairs is mainly women, so it's like I watch what I say and how I say it and the way I like dictate myself because
we objectify women off camera, you guys, and in private.
You know what? You know what?
No, we don't.
Equal rights, equal fights, dude.
That's what he does.
Yeah, no, but I do watch myself a little bit. And not only that, I mean, it's just like everybody there is kind of professional. Like we've obviously had some like bullshit conversations because it's work. Like we're there every day. Obviously, we're gonna have these conversations. But for the most part, like I am very tamed when it comes to like certain things or the way I'll express something. Because with you guys, it's just whatever fucking flies out of my mouth. But with them, it's like, okay, hold up. You're in a workspace and like the walls talk. Like, do not say certain things. Like, you got to be careful.
You know the walls are thin here, Jimmy.
The worst thing
that
about
because
that,
my CEO is like across from me.
The worst thing about that, okay, this is kind of a little thing. I got to be a little bit careful here, but I just want to say that people who constantly talk as if they're like, for example, construction workers are known to have like, or you know, potty mouth. But specifically, I'm talking about like raza, you know, our Hispanic community, like the older gentlemen, just because they have this outlook of like, you know, work hard, blah blah blah, and better not be slacking off type of shit. And but when they're like on the job site and you work with these people, they like to fuck around with each other. They like to talk shit to each other. It's just when you bring that into a more modern environment, and you bring somebody who's used to that, and what's it called? They basically talk like as if, you know, as if they're out and like say, you know, a lawn or on a construction site, and they start saying really bad shit. I don't know. It's just not some context slash just I want to be a little bit careful here. I know somebody like that. Told them a bunch of stuff before already, or gotta be careful what you say around here. Yeah, I just want to say that they haven't changed much, but what's it called? I'm just like,
at the end of the day, work is work.
Yeah,
you know, and you gotta work with the times, no matter who your coworkers are. Just like
you just gotta know who you're talking to. It's just fill in the context.
I think that, but you also just gotta be aware of what's kosher to say in the general public and what isn't. And if you're saying something at work, all you need is HR to walk by randomly one person
and just get offended by what you're saying and it has nothing to do with them.
And normally maybe they're fine, but they've had a bad day and then they hear you say that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's on you, dude. That's on you. You can't be mad at anybody else. You can't be mad at society. Times change, and if you can't change with it, you're gonna get left behind in the textbooks with the goddamn dinos. Turn into goddamn fossil fuel, you heard?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say go somewhere else in the history books, but I'm glad.
Oh, no.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad you went all the way back there.
I don't even know what you were talking about.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you guys about it later. With less, not incriminating, but less. Just less filter. Anyway,
with less censorship.
Yeah.
YouTube is censoring us. No,
YouTube is not. But I'm just. I don't want to say anything in case, you know, I get in trouble for whatever the fuck reason.
You know what else I noticed that we need to do on the podcast more? We need to audibly describe what we're doing when we're doing like hand bend wrist, you know, when we're doing like visual stuff, because you can't hear it. I think in the last podcast, I think we all did it like one time, but there was like a time I think where Steve and Richard were doing something, and then Steve was like, and you know, when you, and then Richard just started laughing, and I was like,
when you
like,
what?
Hearing it, yeah, I was like, huh? And I can't pull out my phone because I know when it was and stuff like that. So that's why I was like, oh shit.
I know when it was, and I've noticed it too, and I keep fucking forgetting to mention it. But it's just when, for example, the last podcast, it was when you were.
You should watch last week's episode.
Watch it. It was when Steve was talking about how he was veering off on the freeway or whatever. But he was just, he said, I was driving, and then it just went like. And obviously, if you're watching the video, you get what happened. But if you're just listening, you're just like, what the fuck happened? You're like, what'd you do? Did you fly off?
He died.
He died, and Richard's laughing. This is a ghost podcast now. We're all dead.
Yeah. Ooh. It's just like getting in the habit of be like, oh, I was driving, and then I started veering to the left or whatever.
Yeah.
it's hard because realistically, nobody normally talks like that. Or anything.
Yeah, nobody describes what they're doing, flailing hands in the air. You know?
The people who watched their episode, this last episode, everybody's hit me with the same comment of like, this shit is funny as fuck.
Thank you.
Like
You were talking
about it.
It was
Yeah.
my favorite episode we've done so far. As far as like comedy wise,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was funny as shit. But
I did like the edit. That was a good edit for me
flashback.
being a fucking spaz. Jesus Christ!
Like just the overall video was like, it just felt like we were just in our natural space. Like we were really like, even though we kind of like ride off of each other. Now you got me fucking correcting my group.
We riding each other all night long.
Like we riffed off of each other and shit like that. So it's like it was just it just felt, it looked, and you can hear it, like we're just so comfortable within each other. So I was just like that, but I think that's what makes it funny for other people because they're really, I don't know, he's being perverted.
Yeah.
Because
this man has two switches. Either
I was thinking about
We're
it.
so comfortable within each other. And I was like, yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
You did the whole we're riding each other all night long, and then you started doing the bob, and I was like, you need to describe what you're doing. The Spotify, the audio only audience is just there like, what the fuck?
Dead silence.
They don't
Humps
know.
chair as
my God.
smiles smirkingly. Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
what the fuck? I was like, it just sounds like you're doing like when people turn on the handicap fucking dialogue.
I was thinking
welcome
TikTok.
to Lee's.
He's like,
Welcome to
plays
Lee's
hair, twirls finger.
audio erotica.
Like we don't have to
series.
do all of that.
Sorry, I had to
Have
break.
you guys ever heard? Have you ever heard an audio of an erotic book?
Can't say I have to be
I?
honest. No.
I heard just out of
I've
curiosity. I played the 50 Shades of Grey one.
Oh, how that? I've only heard like sound clips of like people like
Okay.
just doing audio only, like
It's-
kink shit,
look.
but not like a book.
Oh no! Like off of like erotic fan fiction books.
No, not a book.
Like I was just like, I wonder what these sound like, because obviously you like when you hear like either thrillers, for people who don't read and you want to listen to the audios, you can like if you do listen to audiobooks, you notice that they all follow the theme of whatever it is. Like they try to like bring you into the space of the book and like just kind of make you like, you know, it basically give you the idea of what reading is when you're reading and you like fall in the space because your imagination runs it. But this one's with audio. Yeah, the erotic one's very like it just sounds like a fucking porno playing the entire time in your eardrums.
Did it sound like good mac and cheese?
No, they don't fucking give they don't give audio descriptions. Yeah, they don't have a soundboard in front of them to play every time.
Yo,
they're like,
if it's sounding like that, you're doing a great job. Oh my God.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God. You know, there's
if you start off like that, you're already doing a great job.
True.
what's it called? You know, first of all, there's erotic voice actors.
Yeah.
I only know
That
of one.
stupid fucking
That chick,
I was gonna say-
right?
the Contel one.
Yes,
Is that who we're talking-
Contel.
Yeah,
VA,
yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, you know what's funny is that I've
Oh, the
actually,
Valorant player?
I've
Yeah.
actually ran by her work because I'm in the horny space on Twitter, of course, but also the anime
she does
horny
hentai.
space.
Well,
Yeah, exactly,
Well, right.
that's
That's
why.
why. So, what's it called?
I hated it.
I rarely, if ever, watch hentai because I was just curious one day, and I was just like,
You were bored and
I
you wanted
was-
to beat
I
your
was
meat to
bored.
something new.
anyway, I saw
I
it,
wanted something new.
and I was just watching through it, and
It's like this one just ain't doing it.
and then they got to the sexy part, right? And I was like, why
the
are
intercourse.
The sexy part.
well,
What are you,
because
a fucking
there's a
child?
story to most of them, bro.
The
That's all I'm
nutty
saying.
part.
You get what I'm saying.
Yes. So the business started
They got
happening.
the business started happening. Why do they describe the whole time? I was like, why are you constantly saying what he's doing inside of you? Blah blah blah.
Because
or whatever.
some
No, no,
people
no.
enjoy, they get that like audio.
So I
sensory
started
of,
thinking
like,
about
liking
it.
that
I was
shit.
like, why is she constantly saying like, oh, you're all the way blah blah blah, or like but you know, talking about like how she's feeling and all this stuff. I'm just like that's not what normally happens. And I was thought about it, I was like, oh, that's because normally like for regular porn or anything like that, you're just kind of watching the action and hearing like grunts and stuff like that. And I was like, I just think for a hentai that doesn't work. Like you gotta need that background voices or like, you know, descriptors or whatever. Just, I don't know.
I was gonna say, I feel like for that you do need the background descriptors because for those of you that don't know, the normies in the podcast that are listening to us, viewers and listeners, hentai has to be censored for the most part. Some of it is produced uncensored, but IMO, that shit sucks.
Yeah.
It's very fucking disheartening. So the censor stuff is usually like the more popular avenue, but it's censored. So I feel like just kind of showing what's happening, like those close-up shots, you can't do that for the most part, like as frequently as normal porn does. Because when you're watching hentai, there's a lot of like, well, it depends on what you're watching, but like a lot of just girl, you know, and it's just a repeated motion. Mm-hmm. So you kind of get that for like the majority of the whole thing. Yeah, so
because if you do those close-up shots, again, it's censored, so all you're seeing is just a big pixel blob,
just pixely blurs just going in and out of things, and it's like, okay, sure. And then normal porn, obviously you're seeing what's happening, so there's no need to be like, honey-chan, oh, you know, nothing like that. So it's not needed.
Yeah, I don't know, but my whole
never watched it.
It's honestly,
I don't believe you.
I've never watched hentai.
I don't
even jokingly, like I've never, not even, I was like, I wonder what it's about. No, I don't. It doesn't call my.
So excited to show you hentai when we go on a trip again.
I probably won't. I'm gonna
show
turn away.
you.
I mean, you can show me. I'll just turn away. I mean, it doesn't.
I don't want to see.
I mean, you can't show me. Just take my glasses off.
You got
I was gonna say you're basically gonna watch it, but with like everything censored, so you still see it.
It's true.
With his eyesight.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me. Like, there's nothing about hentai where it's like, I don't know. It doesn't. Again, it really doesn't.
I watched it and I was just like, yeah, no. But I was like, very.
I mean, even just like some regular porn is just like, it doesn't appeal to me. Like,
oh yeah, no, I'm not showing you to see if you're gonna get hard or something. I'm just showing you just so you can see what hentai is.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just imagine what it is. Yeah, the way people describe it. It's like,
no, but trust me, there's one like, specifically that I'm thinking of that I'm like, yeah, this would make him laugh.
But why imagine when you could just watch it? You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never gone out. I have free time. When I have free time, I've never used it to be like, I should probably try looking at what hentai's about. Like, never once has it crossed my brain.
Well, now it might.
Instead, I'm looking. You know what? This is so sad. You know what I do on my free time is like, I'm like writing down. I'm like, this is a good meal prep. I'm like, this looks good. Like, I can enjoy eating this. I'm like, and then I caught myself doing. I was like, I'm going to bed. This is bullshit. I was like, what's wrong with me?
I cry.
Dude,
bro,
as much as I love food, I'm starting to hate it, and I'm like, that's why I'm trying so hard to like figure out ways to like go back to enjoying.
Are you depressed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Bro, hold on. It's Labor Day, bro.
There's still more.
It's Labor Day.
Wait, what?
Well, it's Labor Day on Monday.
Oh wait.
What?
Oh,
it's Labor Day on Monday.
Oh,
yeah.
Am I working Monday?
Shit's on sale. Go buy just a fucking like cheap ass. I don't know. Buy a cheap guitar, cheap piano. You keep telling me how much you want to play. Start learning.
Oh my god!
Telling me?
Yes.
Piano. Do piano.
Oh, I thought you were hinting.
No, I'm telling you. What?
You should buy.
Oh, it's Labor Day. They have Labor Day sales.
Yeah, so does Guitar Center.
Yeah, go to.
I thought you were talking about guns.
Oh,
not when depression's in the mix. Fuck you.
Oh, well, I mean, I still want a new one. There's this new Glock I saw, and I was like, this is really pretty.
I went to a fucking shooting range in Simi Valley, and they sent me like forever ago. Okay. And they sent me a promotional email. It's just like, Labor Day sale, buy a fucking Scar and get a free Glock. And I'm like,
that's tight.
Wow.
Dude, that's tight.
I actually do want to own one just in case.
Well, you need a license to own a handgun.
Yeah, I could get one. They give it to anybody.
He's not wrong.
No, they don't. You have to pass the test.
Yeah, you don't think we're gonna pass the test?
Do you want a gun?
No.
Yes. You sure?
Yes. Yes.
It's very common sense
Live in
questions.
California? Yes. Are you gay?
Depends who you're asking.
Yes, no, other.
There's no other.
Sex.
You draw yourself other.
Sex. Yes, please.
Hell yeah.
Okay, now sign this out. Shit.
Oh man. Okay, with that being said, and not finishing off in depression, if you're in California, the pumpkin is back at Disneyland. So check that out.
Honestly, I know
We are entering.
so annoyed with us from last week. We were so excited for it to not be hot, bitch.
Yeah,
It's been hot.
I know.
I can't stand.
Dude, but I looked
this
at
jinx it.
I've been looking at the weather and
I've been looking at you.
huh? I've been looking at the bottom of my bear. It's starting Friday. We hit the 80s and 70s, so we are slowly creeping into like the cool weather again.
So this weekend is going to be nice and comfortable, is what you're saying. This holiday
yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
Are you guys
And then we go right back to the
doing
90s.
for
No.
Memorial
Not
Day?
that I know of, because
Not that I
my
know of.
family don't care.
It's
It's Labor Day weekend, by the way, not Memorial Day.
Yeah,
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. I'll talk about
it's my
it.
year anniversary at my job.
Okay.
Talk about it after the podcast.
Okay.
Teehee. But
Teehee.
anyways,
Sign this out.
Steve was saying.
Huh? Oh, depressed. No, just kidding. Yeah, don't be depressed.
Yes, knock that
I
shit
lost my
out.
train of thought. Yeah, stop that.
Thank you guys for watching the podcast. We're now entering the recommendation and final regards segment of said podcast. Richard, you go first.
Um,
You can't have the person announcing it go first. That's not how we
no,
do it.
I know. It's just.
Ow, I fucking hit my
I
leg.
actually
Gotcha.
don't have anything to recommend this week, but what's it called?
Ooh, I do. There's something I want to watch with you guys. Well, while he's distracted and he says, there is a movie I do want to watch with you guys. It's
What movie
supposed
is
to
it?
be in AMC's, I think, next week. So I definitely want to watch it. It's here. Let me find it really fast. Damn, I should have. All
Alright, whatever. I'm back. Anyway,
It's an
I
anime film.
have no fucking music. So what's it called? As far as like, you know what? Just go listen to Men I Trust. Again, I'm obsessed. So just go listen to them.
Okay.
What's it called? As far as parting words, just what's it called? Have a good Labor Day weekend. Well, you already did. So
Hopefully you had a good
Labor Day weekend. What's it called?
Don't be out if you don't need to be. People are
Don't be out
stupid
if you
and they
need
like to
be.
drink.
Know your time. Know the time and place to say certain things, and it's good to self-reflect a little bit. I feel like this was a good little bit of self-reflection on us as far as like where we are right now with the podcast. But
The quality of our podcast.
yeah. Anyway, what's it called? Thank you. Stay safe. Follow us on TikTok. Share us, and yeah, that's all I got. Lily, it's your turn.
What's up, bitches? It's your boy BB Lee.
Nobody calls
for-
him that.
Recommendations. I have two. I don't think anyone recommended this one. This one might be a maybe, but it's No Time to Explain by Good Kid. I think Richard might have recommended it.
Hmm.
No?
I know Good
Okay,
Kid.
that-
I just never recommended.
I don't think I recommended that song. I
Okay.
didn't recommend that song.
Then yeah, No Time to
Oh!
Explain by Good Kid.
Steve
I
recommended Mimi's
recommended
Delivery
Mimi's.
Service. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that one. That's why I was like, oh, I think these are the same dudes. Because it sounds the same. It has the same vibe. It's still really good. If you guys haven't also haven't heard Mimi's Delivery Service, good song too. So check that one out. The other song is different vibe, but it's from the girlies that did the song Make You Wish. I think that's what it was called, the little TikTok trend one. But this one is called Fondue, Fondue, by Fly on a Bus. Yeah, FLYANA space BOSS. It's just a little bop. It's a bop. I like these girls. They're cool. I like their music. So check that one out if you guys want to have like a little, I don't know, if you just want to have a goofy time. Not goofy, I don't know. It's just fun. It's fun. It's just fun rap pop. That's just what it is. It's cool. I like it. They're, like I said, they're really cool artists, and they did that trend where it's the two girls that are running at the camera, for those of you that don't know them by name but know like the visual. As for
you know what? I was just gonna say I put her song in her last TikTok.
I did.
What?
That's
you
put
wish
our song in the last.
It was on our last TikTok.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, I got it.
It's very low, but it's there.
I was gonna say I watched it. I gotta watch it again now. Now I gotta be on the lookout.
It's low because I didn't want to go over our
overpower
voices.
us. Yeah. As for final regards, what did we fucking talk about again in this podcast?
Like I said, I was just
everything and absolutely nothing.
Self-reflection a little bit. At least that's
that's
the parts I remember.
That's the important parts.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, word vomit. Oh yeah. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully we have a good weekend. If we didn't, and this is the last you hear of me, fuck you guys.
Oh,
that's it.
To us or to the listeners?
That is for all y'all to figure out.
Yeah, fuck you too then.
That's the plan.
Huh?
Goodbye, everybody. Steve, take it away.
Sometimes I wish I could just take myself away, dude.
You just won't.
I failed.
All right.
Anyway, music-wise, I have.
Can't say I'm a quitter, but you could call me a failure.
Fuck. Okay.
Is not gonna answer the phone.
Oh my god.
When you call, you're going to fucking voicemail right away.
Speaking of Jesus Christ, did you see on our last TikTok some Rocky random dudes just like, I hope you find Jesus?
I hope you find
some random dude just commented, I hope you find Jesus, and I replied, he's my cousin.
I saw the reply. I was like, tell me this motherfucker did not reply with his personal.
No,
Jesus Cristo.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
Anyways, final remarks. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you work, hope you still make the best of it, because there's people who do work that day. I had that for a very long time, so But if you don't, enjoy it. Be safe. Sunscreen up, because the sun's a bitch. Hydrate a lot, especially. And then just prepare yourself, because we are getting into the nice, extra depressed weather, and a lot of us love it. I mean, I like it. I like gloomy days. Gloomy days make me happy.
Yeah. That didn't take me out. It was the super depressed days.
Yeah,
after everything we've talked about.
No, I said super depressed weather, not days.
Well, yeah. That's what
I was like, you're hearing other things.
No, Richard knows what I meant.
Yeah.
Depressed weather is not depressed days.
That's what I was like, what the fuck? You just like slapped it on my face, and I was like, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Anyways, enjoy your guys' long weekend. Yeah, there's really not much. There's nothing I can give you as far as advice for your day. Just take care of yourself. Fuck. Do something special for your mom.
Maybe spend your free time preparing meals, like Steve does.
Family thing.
It's boring.
Sure.
If you're feeling pretty lonely, for whatever reason, you got the little blues coming up with the weather and all that stuff.
Just watch hentai.
If you got the downs.
Okay, wait.
Adopt a pet. I'm only saying.
No.
I'm only saying adopt. Hold on. I'm only saying adopt because apparently, it sucks. But
you got it.
But what's it called? Adoption centers are having
the shelters get overfilled, and then they start putting
they already
dogs
are
down.
Apparently.
Yeah.
What's it called when they put them down? The rates are really high right now, apparently.
Yeah.
And they euthanize.
Yeah. They're
save a pet. They'll save your life.
Help save a life. Hopefully they save yours too.
Save a life, get a pet, understand the responsibilities in it. But I think this is for the people that are on the fence. This isn't for you. You know who you are. Don't do it.
All I'm saying,
this is for you that has been thinking about it and is on the fence and is 100% prepared for that and has the finances to do it.
If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of a pet.
Yeah, no, not at all.
All I'm saying is, if you can, get a pet. Help save some.
Speaking of pets, where's mine? Oh, he's passed out on the floor.
Okay, anyway,
he's passed out. Yeah. So music recommendations. I have One Thrill by Bay Faction.
What?
One Thrill by Bay Faction.
Hey.
Bay. Oh, Bay. I put Bay. 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 A. What the fuck? BAE. Sorry, the weed's kicking in. One Thrill by Bay Faction.
I'm sending over what he said earlier, but that can't be in there. Actually, you know what? No, keep it. don't edit the part out.
I don't think he knows what's happening.
He did it. What?
This is cute.
Sounds
There
like Bad
is
Bunny.
no biography for them on Spotify. Just monthly listeners. Most of them from LA and Seattle.
Bam.
And then
this is cute.
I actually have it's a nice song. And then that's the only song actually that's been on my repeats. But if you do like watching movies or do want to go on a date or take yourself out on a date and watch a movie, only for 2 weekends, next weekend, the weekend after. I'm jealous for the people who watched Coraline last weekend, by the way. I'm so upset.
Cute.
I know, because it got remastered.
Cute.
There's an anime film. It's called here, I'll look it up real quick.
I thought you did.
I don't think you had it.
I hadn't clicked it. Oh, Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue?
Yeah, by what's his name? Damn, I'm not even gonna pronounce it.
The movie?
Excuse the pronunciation.
No, the movie's called Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
It's the 25th anniversary. Yeah.
You want to watch Perfect Blue?
Yeah, it looks so good.
This movie's fucked up.
I know. I heard it's fucked up. That's why I want to watch it.
That's why I was like, oh, you want to watch this? Interesting.
Yeah, I want to watch Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. It's a definitely it's a thriller mystery. What is it? It's the fucking crime film from what I've gathered.
Psychological thriller film. That's what I said.
Yeah, there you go.
Directed by Satoshi Kon.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
it's got a following.
Or like a fucking seal. The Nun does come out next weekend, so if you guys want to watch some, The Nun 2. So if you guys are interested,
where's the tutu in the movie?
If you guys are interested in watching that hopefully it's not as shitty as the first one, because the first one sucked. But yeah, that being said, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully we kept you guys entertained while you work, while you take a shit, while you jack off, while you're taking a shower, while you're doing anything that you want to just space out with us.
That and thinking about or watching and listening to us. My God, perverts.
As he flares his hair.
Perverts.
The hair flip.
It was the wind.
It wasn't me. Stop.
It was Jesus entering the room.
Anyways, thanks for listening to the 3 fucking last delusional people on this planet. You guys have yourselves a beautiful fucking weekend. Love you guys, and we're out.
Bye.
Almost forgot. Chew.
Chew on mud.
God, only's gonna have a field day with that one. Oh, shit. Oh no.